had been a real pain in the ass.
Oh, why do you say that?
Was blamed yet again for something I had no involvement in. Oh, I guess I'm just a scapegoat for people to frame. He didn't even have the energy to switch his from his thick pen to his thin pen for that one.
Oh, why do you say that?
Look at her stupidly. Did you seriously just ask me that question?
I guess so.
I shouldn't even have to respond to that for you to know my answer.
Oh, come on! I don't ever know what you're thinking in that big mind of yours.
I need to pour myself some tea. My throat is hurting.
So can you please just answer me?
Almost filled it too much. Almost had my tea overflowing. I'm using a smaller teacup than usual. Or mug. It's a mug. I drink only out of mugs, actually. I take a deep breath and sigh for the 14th time today. Do you want the short or long answer?
Ooh, give me the smart one.
I despise everyone. I don't like any kind of these people. When you crowd them together in one mass, they become dirty, violent, full of troubling issues that severely irritate me.
Ish, that was a really long answer.
No, that was the short one. I just want to say, was that pretty short? Like, when I complain long, then I'm going to complain long.
Wait, seriously? Then how long is the other one?
Long? Best that you don't know.
I guess. Doesn't mean you secretly hate me?
I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to hating mankind and every other species similar to us. Just because you're Harpy and that we grew up together doesn't exempt you from this.
Wow, I see how it is!
She punches me soft in the shoulder. Was that supposed to hurt?
Oh, be quiet, you walking sack of meanies!
At least that's a creative insult. I just realized that it is like Sayori's theme, isn't it? Never heard that before.
I'm gonna go get changed now. Don't let me catch you peeping on me again.
Ugh! How many times do I have to say this? It wasn't even my fault.
Oh, so walking in on me getting changed in my own house wasn't totally your fault.
Well, if your little brother wasn't such a prankster and if someone would have locked their bedroom door like they're supposed to, I wouldn't have seen you half naked now, would I?
I don't care! That was so embarrassing!
Now I know you're probably wondering what the hell Sayori's talking about. That's a long story. Why are you talking to me? Why are you aware of my presence? About a few weeks ago. Why don't we do it again with like the notes? Like with the Monica and her doll story. About a few weeks ago, Sayori borrowed a homework assignment that I completed so she could take notes over. We agreed that she'll give it back at the end of the day after the club meeting, but never did. Fast forward an hour or two, I finally remembered about it. So naturally I visited her house without telling her I'm coming over to get it back. Being let inside by her little 10-year-old brother, he proceeded to tell me that both their parents and Sayori weren't there. When I asked him where her bag was, he told me it was in her room somewhere, so I went to retrieve it. Feeling that Sayori was nowhere even remotely close to her house, I opened her door without a care in the world to knock. What I saw was that her little brother was a total fucking liar. Pulling off her uniform wrist in nothing but her underwear and button-up, seeing one glimpse of me sent her into full shutdown. She just stood there in complete blush shocked, as if she was having a mental rejection upon being seen in little clothes. I'm not sure she could even fully process what was happening other than an uninvited guest just barged into her room without knocking. Well, maybe he barged into her, I don't know. Without saying a word, I walked in, found her bag, retrieved my homework, and then proceeded to walk out and immediately leave for their house. The whole time I was fleeing through their halls, her little brother followed me laughing and crying. Bastard! Knew something was up as soon as I heard that soft, evil chuckle of his. Anyways, as soon as I got home, Sarah had finally awoken from her trance and proceeded to blow up my phone with all caps text messages and voice calls. Were the voice calls also all caps? After about 5 minutes of attempting to ignore her, I simply turned my phone off and resumed playing video games. Now you know the story. And I have no idea why the hell I just explained all of this to myself as if I had an audience spectating me. I was also wondering that. The idea of people watching every single action I take is completely ridiculous. Anyways, back to reality, or lack thereof. Turn on the lights.
Hello? Hello? Are you listening?
Huh? What? What were you saying?
I said I still understand that you just waltzed in, grabbed your homework from my backpack, and then walked out without the slightest amount of embarrassment. All you had was that stupid blank expression you always have. Did you even feel anything when you saw me?
I'm not exactly sure which feeling you're referring to, so I'm just not going to answer that.
So you didn't feel anything?
No comment.
So you did?
Just go get changed already.
Fine, I will.
Leaving me to question what the hell kind of mindset she was just in, I decided it's probably best to just ignore it. So you didn't feel anything? I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Leaning against my locker, I wait for Sayori to finish changing into her gym clothes. Finally, PE class, the only class of the day I least dread attending. Not only is it my favorite period, but it's basically a wake-up call for both my mind and body to finally begin functioning normally instead of being ravaged by tiredness. After Mystic Arts, I've fallen asleep in every single one of my classes, both sitting and standing up. Now is detention for Mr. Guy! How the hell do you fall asleep standing up? I don't know what I'm doing. Of course, I got ravaged by my teachers, but me being me, I shrugged them off, which didn't help at all. I got 2 referrals today because of my can-do attitude. Monica is gonna be happy. I care anyways.
I've returned!
These are your gym clothes? I know that not everyone has the opportunity to get like extra art. Still feels a little awkward because like I'm not sure, especially with like these little I'm not sure if you can even, they're not exactly frills. It's just like it kind of just doesn't look like gym clothes.
I have returned!
You forgot to tie your shoes.
Wait, seriously?
Looks down to her untied shoes.
Oh, you're right!
I facepalm myself as she kneels down to tie them. What the hell kind of person forgets to tie their own damn shoes? Are you just that stupid or have dementia?
I'm not stupid. I don't have dementia. I can remember things. I know I can.
You're not stupid, huh? Are you sure?
Positive!
I will ask you that again, and I want you to think long and hard about it. Are you sure?
Super dupery positive!
She didn't even attempt to try.
Why do you keep asking me that?
Well, you do realize that dementia is a sleep disorder, not a memory loss condition, right? Memory loss is insomnia. So, do you mind explaining to me how you got those 2 mixed up? Starting to find the words to defend herself from appearing even more like an idiot, she scrimps in her shoes.
Well, you!
What about me?
If you were so smart, why did you call dementia a memory loss health condition when it's really a sleep disorder? How about you explain it to me, huh? Well, how the tables have turned!
Placing her hands on her hips, she stands tall with pride, emanating off her like a neutron star. How stupid can she be? Just look at her. She doesn't even realize how I purposely swapped the definition to throw her mind in a loop. You don't need to tell me that. I understood that from the context. I'm 100% positive she didn't even know the difference between the 2 words until just now. I'm genuinely stumped. Like, how does this girl even survive in today's world? I wonder if they're implying that Sarah is actually stupid? Or... this is also just her facade. This tea was gifted to me, the one I'm currently drinking. Well, it smells good. And now there's a bit of taste. At first it was like it doesn't taste like anything. You know, I can't exactly go with everything accuracy they can, and I mean, we have fucking powers, we have fucking superpowers here. But, I do think this is not exactly nice.
What? Can't cut your tongue? You're so lost for words that you can't even fathom how dumb you really are?
No, I'm just really disappointed.
Oh, so now you finally feel disappointed in yourself. Ha! I finally won against you! This deserves praise! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Dumbass, stop celebrating! I'm not disappointed in myself! I'm disappointed in you!
What? What do you mean you're disappointed in me? Didn't I just outwit you?
False!
False? Why false?
Remember when I asked you to think long and hard about answering my question, or if you were positive that you're not stupid?
Yeah?
Why do you think I asked that?
I don't know. Just to confuse me, I guess? What does it have to do with anything?
Pulling out my phone, I typed the mention of my phone's internet browser. Look at this, Sayori. Shoving it in her face, she begins reading definition out loud.
Dementia is a collective term used to describe various symptoms of cognitive decline, such as forgetfulness. It is the symptom of several underlying diseases and brain disorders. Dementia is not a single disease in itself, but a general term that describes symptoms of impairment in memory, communication, and thinking.
Finishing the short description, she stares at me confusingly.
Okay, I don't really understand what you're hinting at. What's your point?
Retracting my phone, I type in insomnia and proceed to do the same as before. Now read that.
Insomnia is a sleep disorder in which you have trouble falling and or staying asleep. This condition can be short-term, acute, or can last a long time, chronic.
I watch her face slowly become more bleak with each passing word.
It may also come and go. Acute insomnia lasts from one night to a few weeks. Insomnia is chronic when it happens.
Not daring to finish the rest, she looks down at her feet in humiliation. Now then, after refreshing your knowledge, remember how you defined those two terms as? She slowly shakes her head. Then I shall say no more. Ow! What was that for?
You suck, Arito!
It's not my fault you allowed me to trick your mind. Be careful. Harpies are dangerous.
Oh, I don't want to hear about it. You got no room to make fun of me after all the trouble you got in.
What? What do you know? I haven't even told you anything yet.
You just did.
What are you... Oh. God damn it, she just did what I did to her! That little overgrown with wings. I swear you may be sweet and bubbling outside, but deep down you're a sinister genius.
Oh, how sweet!
I was implying it as a compliment.
Wait, you weren't?
I take back what I said about you being a genius. I meant, of course, a genius.
Oh, come on! You know that I have a hard time trying to understand half the things you say.
Really now? Because half the stuff I say isn't even complicated to understand, while the other half being as easy as a cherry picking with a grim personality.
Half the things you say are always so in-depth or big word quotes that sound extremely smart. It makes my mind spin around in circles just thinking about it.
That's because you're not that bright.
Hey!
The naked truth is always better than the best dressed lie. The dressed lie.
Oh, Minnie! I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Finishing tying her shoes, I lend a hand to help her to her feet. Grabbing it, she tries to yank me down. Is this the part where I'm supposed to fall over and accidentally fold your breast like in some cheesy harem anime?
Only you would know.
I interrupt Sayori by yanking her to her feet. Losing her balance, I grab her shoulders to keep her upright.
Oh, what was that?
I start shaking her violently.
What are you doing?
Being an asshole.
Stop!
I stop shaking her and slightly push her away. She waddles back and forth while holding her head, trying not to stumble over just by standing still.
Oh, I was so not cool! And you wonder why I had depression!
Quit complaining, you'll be fine. Had? Like she's getting better, but I'm pretty sure she still has. Turning around to head to the PE field, I leave a worried Sayori behind. So we had like a Natsuki and a Sayori moment extra. And Monika's our sister, so we'll probably see more of her later on. It's so hot.
Hey, wait up!
She catches up to me but nearly falls on top of me from her dizziness. You think the best course of action is to use your arms and hands to grapple onto your life, right? In Sayori's case, she uses her breasts. She should use her wings, even though it's like kind of, it's said that it's kind of prone to breaking things, but I think it would be better. Did the boobs get bigger again? Sayori! Nearly falling again, she buries her boobs even deeper into my arm. Can you not? This is just screaming a court case. Ah! Tripping over her feet, I fall to my knees as she practically slides her whole body onto my back. If I turn my head, I am legitimately screwed. Sayori! You're making us look like a fucking cliché slice of life scene! Get off of me!
What? This is your fault, hello?
Damn it, Sayori, just get off! Launching myself to my feet, I hear Sayori gasp before releasing a loud oof as she hits the grass. Quickly surveying the scene around me, I make sure that nobody is around to become DMC for a witness questioning. Phew. It looks like I'm not murdering anyone today. Oh. Forgetting Sarah's presence, I turn around to see her lying face down on the grass. Face palm myself yet again. Sayori, stop being weird and just get up. Sayori.
I don't wanna.
Reach down to grab her arm and pull her to her feet. Now standing, she just remains motionless with a stern expression. Sayori. Nothing. Hey! Wave my hand in front of her face. Still nothing. Alright, suit yourself. I flicker forward as hard as I can. Her whole head recoils back from my superhuman strength.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
She covers her forehead with both her hands in an attempt to heal the pain. Are you alive now?
Very!
Flicker forward again, but much more normally this time.
Oh, why do you always do that?
Because it works and it's funny.
Nothing's ever funny to you.
Just because I don't express or feel humor doesn't mean that somewhere deep down a part of me isn't laughing.
Sounds as believable as you socializing with others.
Yeah, you're right.
Ha! I'm always right!
Whereas kind of lies are the ones who believe their own lies.
I have no idea what you mean.
Walking along the grass, we see that most of the class up ahead are ready to start. However, there are still a few showing up, including us.
You tell me about what happened earlier, right?
Huh?
Well, you got in trouble.
Alright, yeah, sure, I guess.
Oh, you're going to tell me whether you're in the mood or not.
I see that someone's a little pushy.
I was? I didn't think I sounded pushy.
Speaking of push, I shove Sayori away from me to the girl's side of the field.
Hey! Seriously, Arito!
Go play makeup on your side of the field. I turn around to walk to the boys' side, giving Sayori one last wave.
Oh, you're such a jerk!
You know me best. Despite my rudeness, she smiles and waves goodbye to me. Walking up a hill that almost feels like an eternity to climb, I finally reach the top.
Well, it took you long enough, Mr. Ikari! I'm running out. Did you get enough time talking up a girl, or do you need more time?
I don't know why I'm being scolded when there's still others moving slower than me.
They'll get one too. Don't start thinking you're special.
Yeah, that's definitely not what I'm thinking, but go ahead and assume my thoughts like you know me. Sir...
Just get up this warm-up circle. get in the warm-up circle.
I'm well aware of that, sir.
Do me a favor and shut it.
I simply shrug and join the circle.
At least I have a bit more of a masculine voice. That one teacher in Mystic Arts has just a bit more of a high-pitched feminine one. Noxious brat. Hurry they all up and get in the circle.
He yells at the other late arrivals, which startles them, but they start picking up a jog to join the rest of us. We haven't done anything yet, and I already put him in a sour mood. Man, I'm good.
If you boys are late again tomorrow, I will have every one of you work until you puke your guts out. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir! The late rebels joined the circle with unpleasant faces plastered everywhere.
Alright, who is the bright genius that pissed off Coach?
Nearly everyone looks at me. That would be this asshole here. The usual! I receive stares of rejection and scolding gestures.
I don't know, is this still student?
What are you smiling at? Nothing really.
Why don't I wipe that smirk off your face then?
Don't even bother trying to intimidate him. He legit doesn't care what happens to us. He'll probably be late tomorrow on purpose just to screw us over.
Enough talking! If you want to run your mouths and pout about everything, go join the girls!
I mean, why not? One thing that always bothered me, like, I'm one of the girls that was, like, happy that we had, like, the
less, strong tasks in, like, sports class. That we needed to do, like, fewer push-ups and everything to get, like, a higher grade and stuff than the guys. Like, I benefited from that because I am not physically the strongest. I sometimes in specific situations have suddenly a lot of power, but then most of the time, especially in sports class, but like, I always hated how it's like kind of more gender, because I have seen both women who would easily, they did just the amount that would be Mark 1 for the guys as well. But also, I also know guys who would struggle even with the girl ones. Like, it should be less about the gender and more about your physical capability, because sometimes they're just specific influences. Like, for example, I have a real hard time building muscle. Like, there are specific sports that I do on a daily basis to, like, help with my back and everything, and I still have, like, little to no muscle there, even though I do it, like, daily. And I've tried various methods. For example, there was also one time where it was like, do it one day and then not the next, and then the next day again. None of it worked. I remember also, like, for push-ups I once trained with, like, the same thing, and it never worked for me. And one of my guy friends, there are just multiple factors where it's like, he just isn't very physically capable. And I don't think he should be disadvantaged just because he's a guy. Just how girls who are on the stronger side should... I think giving grades for things that are like sports and everything, or like music and stuff, like in specific cases, really just... specific individual is going to struggle with it. But if you're already going to be grading these things, then you should, like, look at the individual. Frankly, I think that should go for all classes. Like, there are also just instances in which specific people just do in fact have a easier time learning a specific subject than another person. For no other reason than that they can. So I think grading in general is not exactly the best system, because, for example, with sports, if I can't build muscle easily at all,
and I can't do a specific set of tasks due to my foot being a mess, then I'm like, of course, going to be disadvantaged. And if one of my guys is just struggling physically for various reasons, and you're still going to rate him like any other guy, then he's going to be extremely disadvantaged for no other reason than for nothing that he could change. It's like not in his control. And it's not bad enough. It's I would consider it bad enough, but according to the doctors, it wasn't bad enough to give him like some type of, what is it called in English? When you, similar to when you are like sick and therefore aren't participating in sports, but like I had it for like specific activities thanks to my foot. And in his case, it would just have been various things. And I remember always feeling bitter about it because it was, because like I said, I've seen also women who were like competing easily with the guys, and then some guys who were just like also struggling physically for various reasons, and therefore, but never were allowed to get like some type of thing where they're allowed to not do specific activities or anything. And due to that, it was like the girls were assumed to be weak, which probably sucked for them on a personal level, and the guys were just hugely disadvantaged because they're supposed to be strong and everything and whatnot. So yeah, I never really liked it anyway, so why would it be so bad to go to the girls? It shouldn't be anything that's like going to insult your masculinity. Although it is kind of weird given the context of there being separate groups that you just randomly decide to join the other group, but I feel like completely separating genders is not going to help much either. Now let's get to work, we're already running behind. Yes, I am.
With the air tense, we start to warm up. Like the usual, the other males struggle with the stretches while I finish first. Again. I do wonder where Yuri is. We've not heard her mentioned once. So I think this might be like, once again, giving the description, I think it's going to be a special encounter. After our stretches, we do a mile around the track. Like always, I'm first. Again. We do arm exercises like usual. I'm first to finish. Again. Another mile. First. Again. The whole class work is finally over, and like always, I'm first to finish. Walking over to the bench to stretch, I watch as the other students just barely start the last mile of the day. I got 6 minutes to myself, and then since the second fastest takes that long. What was my run time again? I look at my watch. I'm guessing 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Well, what do you know? A new record. For the slowest time, that is. Stretching, I start thinking back to how often I finish early. I guess you can say I'm uniquely physically fit, even for Esper standards. Even though Espers are thought to be fit, not all Espers have superhuman strength, speed, agility, and any other ability like me and a few others. In fact, it's generally uncommon for an Esper to be labeled as superhuman. Most average Espers are usually fit and in good peak physical condition, but they're not qualified enough to withhold the title of being called superhuman. There's a few of us in the school, including me, Monica, Hirito, those on the student council, and a few among my senior class, and even less in the younger classes. Which is why I always stand out among my gym class. I continue to stretch, and before I know it, the others are starting to finish, including Coach. I don't really understand why that old man tries to keep up with us in this condition. His condition. He's nearly falling apart. Maybe he just enjoys it.
Alright boys, good work today. Be sure to stretch out your muscles and then go find a training partner or group up to work on your abilities. That's all we'll be doing for the rest of the session. All of the students nod tiredly. Finishing up my stretching, I leave everyone else behind to go to work on my own. The usual. Unlike everybody else where they train to better their abilities, I've been learning swordsmanship for the past few weeks. That and bettering my own style of fighting. Swordsmanship, eh?
that what Yuri and him are going to be connecting over sharp things? People say I'm strange for it, but I'm not someone who fights with my abilities. Instead, I mastered the art of pummeling poor souls into the ground. When I was 12, my mother started to teach me her fighting technique that she mastered over the years. At the time, I thought it looked cool and badass, so I asked her to teach me. The little pouting and hard bribery finally got her to agree on teaching me every day after school. Worst mistake in my entire life. The reason being, even though it resulted in my ability to take someone down with a few seconds without taking so much of a single scratch, even against gifted people, the struggle I had to endure, the injuries I suffered, the amount of stress I was placed through, let's just say, every single lesson left me unable to walk for hours. There was her going easy on me. Now imagine having a lesson that lasts 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, for the entire year. Let me restate my previous sentence earlier. Worst mistake of my life. Gradually throughout the year, the more improved, I would like to say that I started to sustain lesser injuries. But that's not the case. My mother would just become more aggressive with the lessons. So even though I became a prodigy in her technique after a year of training, I still got my ass handed to me. But improving on my own for the past 5 years, I nearly surpassed her if I haven't already. Let me rephrase my previous statement yet again. Best miss? No, never mind. It's still the worst mistake ever made. Now, if you combine my fighting style and the superhuman characteristics I possess, you can say I really don't need to use my ability. Don't get me wrong, and I'm trying my best not to sound cocky, but I'm not some goddamn pushover whenever I deem my power fit to be used. Which is hardly ever, and I prefer it to remain that way. Admiring my well-constructed hill of solitary, I kneel down to pick one of the staffs I keep hidden away from everyone. Examine the cracks and wooden chips scattered across it. This staff has seen better days. Tossing it behind me like trash, I stand up while observing the grass field. Now where did I put the others? Well, time for a manhunt to find all the other ones I forgot. I take one step and lose all sense of willingness to do so. Trash will do. I kneel back down to pick up the beaten staff. What the? Do you mind? Okay, you're asking to have this staff shoved up your ass.
Ouch, I'd rather not have that in my butt.
Huh? Sayori? Sure enough, I turned around to see Sayori with a rolled up sheet of paper she smacked me with.
Hi, Arito. Arito?
Are you okay? Snatching the paper out of her head, I smack her across the face with it.
Hey!
What do you want, woman? Replacing her current expression with a bright smile, she bounces up and down while waving.
I came to annoy you!
Congratulations, it's working! Why are you screaming anyways? I'm legitimately sitting 2 feet away from you.
Because I want to say hi!
So you scream in my face?
The brighter and louder the greeting, the more happier the conversation will be!
I can never understand how this girl thinks. Do I look happy to you?
So very happy!
Crumbling up the paper, I throw at her face.
Oh, okay, I get it!
Rubbing her nose from the point of impact, she takes a seat next to me.
So, what you about to do? Why are you looking at me like that?
You do realize I only knelt down to pick up the staff, right?
Well, I'm sitting down now, so you don't have to stay that way.
No, that's not how this works.
Well, I said so. My word is absolute.
I stand up. Looking up, she pats the ground next to her with a bright smile.
Hey! Arito, stop!
This is your retribution. As I'm about to poke her again, she finally springs to her feet and slaps it away.
Stop it!
Is this... does she say bark bark, or is it like woof woof? Did you just... oh no. Bark bark! Did you just say bark bark at me? Wow. Stop saying actual quiz, I don't know the...
Angry bird noises! Stop! You're weirding me out. monster roar.
This girl has officially lost her mind. Take a couple of steps away from her.
I finally found a way to overpower you.
You're a strange one. I look over to the girls' side to find them scattered with the other boys.
I guess they're done too.
No wonder why Sayori is over here being annoying.
And absolutely psychotic.
Did you guys just finish?
Well, they've been finished.
Still a slow runner, I see.
Oh, don't make fun of me.
Too late, so she is like fast flyer but slow runner.
Oh, did you finish first again like how you always brag about?
Yeah, like always, nothing new. And for the record, I don't brag. You ask, and then I tell. There's a difference.
Fine.
Thanks for understanding. I did set a new record with 5:34 for my mile.
You don't brag. Well, that's... Arito! Huh? Who's calling you?
I don't know. Arito! Whoever it is, they sure as hell don't sound pleased. I'd make them sound distressed.
Kinda reminds me of Mom. I turned to lazily face whoever called me. I see a student that appears rather more than upset, matching towards my direction with an attitude equivalent to Natsuki with each passing step. I instantly recognize the scars of first-degree burns from anywhere. Oh, brother, not this again. What do you want, Mitzi? A fireball smacks the staff out of my hand, turning it into a smoldering torch on the soft ground.
I have no idea what voice.
You know what I want?
I'm going for Papyrus voice. I don't know why.
Mitzi, another Esper superhuman like Kirito, Monica, and myself. And like Kirito, this guy has far surpassed annoying me to death. Since our first year here, he's developed this deep-rooted hatred towards me. And this is not the first time he's tried to pick a fight. Especially during a certain PE class that he's not even in. In the past 2 years, I lost count of attempts somewhere after 5. Not once have we actually fought. And today's not going to be any different. Turning around, I start to walk away. And another fireball lands at my feet, turning a small patch of grass in front of me into a miniature wildfire. You're not going anywhere! Ugh, this man can't take a hint. I turn back to Mitzi. Looking him up and down, I sense a raging frustration in those eyes of his, announcing a seriousness, as if biting myself wasn't enough. If I knew, I wouldn't be asking. Yeah, I actually forgot the question, so I checked again. He ignites another fireball in his hand.
Aritorikari! I hereby challenge you to a duel! The Papyrus voice doesn't fit, but you know what? Let's roll it. That's like when I play Undertale, I do that voice for Papyrus. My Natsuki voice is also, it's also kind of similar to Flowey. My Flowey voice is also kind of similar to Natsuki.
Why must life always throw me a curveball? With the little scene he's creating, it's starting to attract the attention of the other students. Why? Why? You should know why! My ability to control plasma is to control plasma, not read my... It doesn't matter! Drawing a small crowd, even more students begin to watch from afar. I think he's gotten the attention of the entire gym class, both male and female. Drop the innocent act! You know what I'm talking about!
I actually don't. Shut up!
It's not letting me get a chance to finish anything. I have had enough of you pushing us around, thinking you're some type of hot shot because you beat us at everything. I'm sick of you believing you're superior to us by blowing every little thing off like it's nothing but a bother. Everyone is scared of fighting you because they think you're something, but in reality you're not. I did just spell my spell.
spill my tea.
When in reality, you're not. I'll show you, and I'll show everyone just how much of a fucking disappointment you are. So I challenge you. You will fight me, and you'll lose. I'll kick your ass, you piece of shit.
That's enough! Who do you think you are by insulting Arito like that?
I'll be on the side, cleaning up my burning hot tea mess. My mug, in fact, was too small. Oh, you put this here and swipe that along. You can join me because I really hate cutting music out. Sayori. I reached my hand out to motion her silence. Stay out of this. I burned myself. My leg hurts. Let me handle it. How cute! Tell me something, Arito! How much are you paying her to defend you? He spits on the ground in front of him. I stare at him with a blank expression. Is he cosplaying Papyrus right now? Because I would also not really be sure what I would say to that. So when my day couldn't get any more annoying, life springs this on me. That's what I'm saying. I had a long work day, and now I spill my fucking tea. I burned my tongue, and I burned my leg. I am burned! Well, it's all gone now. It was the fireballs! Anyway, I'll just be more careful of it next time I use this mug. I don't remember it being that small, but I've not used it in a while. You can hear everything I do here. What a royal pain in my ass. This isn't even his goddamn class. You're not very bright, are you? I struck a nerve. What? What the fuck do you mean by that? Please use your social skills and elaborate to all of us what you mean. The crowd grows bigger, arising with a soft whispering. I need to clean it more. You believe I think that I'm superior to you and everyone else around me? Wow, Sherlock, good job! Who would have guessed? Shut up and let me finish. He grinds he grinds his teeth in irritation. Oh, I have. In the romance books I've lately been trying to read so that I get better writing romance. Why is this always in there as well? Let me explain something to you that your narrow mind couldn't even comprehend or want to understand. What might that be? Just because you believe in something that you think it's true doesn't make it a reality. Not everyone else's. People who follow their warped illusions are those who are too self-centered to even grasp the concept that they're not always correct. So in return, you are one of those people and that makes you pathetic. What? You try to twist reality with your own beliefs to serve yourself and your frustration because you're too much of a coward to admit that there is someone better than you. Someone who's stronger, faster, smarter, and even more collected than you. His eyebrows twitch with annoyance. Yes, I do think I am better than you, but not once have I ever thought I was... not once have I thought I was superior. That people have to kiss my shoes and beckon to my very will as if they're my slave. That's the personality of an arrogant dictator, a worthless piece of shit who's too full of themselves to admit it because of their self-righteous pride. It's what I hate. The remainder of class joins amongst the rank of curious students. Whatever thoughts you concluded that I form doesn't forcibly inject them upon reality. It's nothing more than a false truth recreated in your mind to justify your hatred towards me. To hide your... jealousy. However, none of that matters to me. Your opinion along everyone else's has stopped meaning anything to me since the moment this world kicked me to curb. And as for your stupid challenge, I won't accept it. I'm hitting where it hurts. And as for your stupid challenge, I won't accept it. Are we just going to keep saying that over and over? It's a waste of my valuable time and energy. I won't consume it fighting some stuck-up punk throwing a self-raging tangent. Now, if you don't mind, I have to endure the agonizing torment of finding a couple of lost wooden sticks. Turning around to leave, Mitzi is struggling too much with his anger to prevent me from doing so. Well, that went more smoothly than I thought.
Hold it right there, Arito!
Suppose I spoke too soon. What is it now, sir? Can't you see I'm trying to be a kind gentleman by removing myself from this?
I don't think so. You're accepting the challenge.
Pardon?
You are taking Mitzi up to his duel, whether you like it or not.
You gotta be kidding me.
You're not getting out of something like this again. Not like last time.
Last time we had mandatory sparring sessions. Of course, I used a ridiculous excuse to leave class so I wouldn't have to waste my energy for something so stupid. But unfortunately for me, there's no excuse that'll save me this time. Son of a...
You're not gonna let me leave until I accept this challenge, am I right? Nope, not a chance.
Fine.
I accept the stupid fucking challenge. Good, that's what I thought.
Bastard.
Alright, now remember the rules. No effective use of your abilities beyond that of fatal intentions. Remember, we're just fighting as students with your typical dueling session, not as continental enemies here.
I might as well be with Mitzi's attitude towards this.
When I say no use, I mean absolutely no use of drug enchantments to increase your power. You shouldn't be using them in the first place anyways. Those are for soldiers whose life are depending on it, not for students seeking an amped up in power. And last but not least, no unnecessary or crude tactics. Again, we're students here, not soldiers fighting on the bitter battlefield. All of that should be self-explanatory.
Tell that to Mitzi.
That about sums everything up. If I catch any of you breaking either of these rules, I'm calling off the duel and reporting you to the council. Do I make myself clear?
Neither of us nod.
I'll take that as a yes. As of right now, you two may commence dueling. Please try not to destroy the landscape too much.
Backing away, he joins the circle of eager faces. Mitzi, who's been standing there sulking to himself quietly the past minute, finally returns his attention to me. His eyes filled with frustration and resentment. Not sharing his enthusiasm, I stare back with nothing but an empty field of an expression.
Are we done now? Because I can't take this waiting any longer, said the kid who was too busy pissing over himself.
I think the coach backing out of this makeshift arena was a plausible enough signal.
There you go again! This is exactly what I'm talking about!
Don't ask stupid questions and not expect a sarcastic answer.
Shut up!
Transitioning to a combat stance, I refuse to follow his attitude. So I just stand there staring off into space like some lazy bum expecting the stars to donate a chair for his displeasurement of taking a step. Neither of us are moving. We both don't want to make the first move, which only makes the crowd more anxious. Looking with my eyes... Good that you're not looking with your nose. I scanned them quickly. Enjoying this. My teacup is... my tea mug, my whatever it is. My tongue is burned. I'll regret this tomorrow.
Well, what's going on with her already?
Stop being so damn boring and hit each other!
Yeah!
A couple more students join in on the fray of taunting. This is why I can't stomach people.
Kill each other! No, there's no need to grab his dick!
See what she's into. The entire crowd turns to look at the girl. I didn't think I said that out loud. Have a go now. disappears into the crowd as they erupt into silent whispers. What? Well, that was... Actually, I don't think I have the words for that. I mean, it was just a random thought. Sometimes I also have, like, the weirdest thoughts. Like, I don't think I've ever been in a... I've ever seen, like, a fight or anything and thought, grab his dick, but, sometimes I'm, like, walking down the streets and have the most random thoughts. Like, I see something, it's, like, the most random shit I could think of. And sometimes it's just, like, cruel things like, oh my god, look, a bird. What if someone fucking shot the bird right now? Anyway, look at that. It's such a cute bird. Just weird, random, nonsensical thoughts. Arito! He ignites a fireball and points at me. You're not gonna make me look like a coward. Maybe you are, but I'm not. I won't stand idly by like you. If you won't make the first move, then I will. Making it more potent, he launches the fireball at me with extreme speed. I dodge it just in time before it explodes behind me, barely missing a few students. What the? Hey! You're fighting that jackass, not us! Afraid of getting turned into charcoal, the crowd greatly opens the distance between us. Standing still, I Mitzi, waiting for his next move. Was that too hard for you, or was that not hard enough? I remain quiet. You bastard! Don't ignore me! Summoning a large group of them, he sends an entire volley at me. I dodge each one with little to no effort. Oh, stop moving around and just fucking burn! Punching the ground, multiple cracks from underneath my feet. As soon as I jump away, streams of fire immediately burst from the cracks, followed by multiple fireballs under the skies of the inferno. Form underneath my feet. Oh my god, I for some reason couldn't grasp that right now. Like before, I managed to dodge them, but I wouldn't say little to no effort this time. Not giving me a second to catch my breath, a series of flaming arrows come running down on top of me. Running. Not able to avoid every single one, about 2 of them were able to scratch me. What the? Where is he? Dodge this, you piece of shit! Upon being distracted by the volley of arrows, Mitzi took advantage of the diversion and managed to position himself directly behind me. Stomping the ground, I'm nearly engulfed in an explosion. However, I skimmed past with a quick dash to the side. Gaining some distance, Mitzi does the same to recover his stamina, which allows me to think without being interrupted. What is with this guy? I see Mitzi spar with other students on multiple occasions whenever I glance out my window from class. He's usually never this aggressive or reckless. I'm starting to get the sensation that he wants to put me in the hospital. The rest of the crowd seems to be picking up on it. However, they see it as a good thing. Why am I not surprised? Have enough rest! This isn't over yet, far from it! So how about you stop squirming around like a monkey on steroids and actually fight me? Appearing from a cloud of smoke and fire, both his hands are fully engulfed in flames. Are you too much of a coward to get a little bit sunburned? I still refuse to respond, which pisses him off even more. Answer me, goddammit! Charging forward, he's on top of me in a blink of an eye. Swinging with all his might, dodging his attacks is all I can do. Blocking will do no good for me unless I want my arms to be turned into Kentucky's Fried Chicken. I'll make you answer me! Seeing an opening, I prepare to dash to his side. Before I do anything, he uses his hands as a flamethrower. Barely avoiding getting fried. My shorts and shirt are another story to tell. Son of a bitch. I just bought these 2 days ago. You like that, huh? You like that? Do you love the smell of your own burning clothes? Do you not like being showed up? Because I do. It means you're not untouchable like everyone else makes you out to be. I can touch you. And if I can touch you, I can hurt you. He charges again, but unlike before, I expected it. Using his hands as a flamethrower again, I slide underneath his feet. Grabbing the back of his collar, I yank him to the dirt. trying to sweep me out from underneath my feet as a distraction, he recovers to his feet and tries to psychic me. I needed to read it again to burn this into my head. Using the momentum of his kick, I dash opposite of him to sweep his leg out from underneath. Busting his teeth against the hard ground, he hurls a fire-molded spear at me. Shit! Cutting my shirt and barely grazing my waist, I managed to elude it just in time. Building a safe distance to check up on myself, I look down to see a small, weak gash from where his spear grazed me.
Shano, Mitzi! What the hell did I say about using your abilities beyond that of lethality?
Creating an inferno at my feet as a distraction, I jump back as Mitzi recovers to his feet. Relax, coach! That wouldn't have killed him! But there's nothing in a rule stating I can't send him to the hospital.
Screw being put into a hospital. This bastard is trying to kill me. Wiping the blood from his mouth,
He faces towards me with a menacing smile. That was good! Maybe I'm not much of a coward after all. But now, I'm gonna burn that lifeless face into ash! He hurls a fireball twice my size at me, however moving at a much slower velocity than his previous fire attacks. I take a risk and run towards it. And with the camouflage of the fireball to gain ground, I roll out of the way, just in time for it to explode behind me. Shocked to see me so close, he uses the flamethrower again, but that trick won't happen another time around. I dive over the wave of fire, rolling to my feet behind him. Desperate, he attempts to rear elbow me, diverting his attack completely. I punch him in the gut. Stunning him, I clock him in his nose. Stumbling back, he tries to torch me. I leap forward and divert his attack, punching him in the face again. Engulfing his hand in flames, he tries to take a swing at me, but I counter it with my elbow and shove my knee in his stomach. Swinging with his opposite arm, I block it by snatching his fist. Despite the extreme pain from the heat, I squeeze down on his fist as hard as I can, so his bones crack underneath. Howling in pain, he spits fire at me, causing me to leap back just in time to avoid having my face scorched. Holding his hand, he whimpers to himself as he tries to ease the pain. I only stand and watch, even though I just sacrificed my hand to first degree burns. I know it'll heal within a couple of hours. Thankfully, my skin is more durable to injuries than most, otherwise my hand would be roasted beyond healing right now, and that's not including my healing factor. You son of a bitch! Why? Why the hell won't you use your powers to fight back? Why do you insist on fighting me with only your fists? Faint ring of fire begins forming at his feet. Why is that, huh? Is it because you think you don't need to? Because it's a waste of energy? The ring starts growing both in size and heat, which causes the crowd to push back with worry. I'm just not good enough for you! I'm just a lower threat to you! Huh? Answer me, you bastard!
Mitzi, that's enough. I'm calling off the duel. Arito is the winner.
No, it's not over just yet! No one has fallen to the ground!
Mitzi, you're becoming too angry and careless. If I let this continue any further, someone's going to
Shut the fuck up, old man! He hurls a fireball at the coach. Shit, I'm not going to make it. It's deflected away, blowing up in the sky. What the hell? Who did? I looked to see who blocked it, but all I see is a crystallized shield.
Wait, that's...
Well, someone is clearly having a bad day.
What the hell are you doing here? This isn't even your gym class.
What's with everyone who's not in my class coming to my class?
I was doing to stop it.
Thank you was the proper response. I was looking for none of this. What are you doing here, nonsense? Besides, I should be asking you your questions. Like, what kind of trouble are you brewing now? Not my fault either.
Shut up! Don't think you can just stand there ignoring me!
I roll backwards as the ground in front of me erupts into a huge wall of flame.
Do you need me to? Yeah, no, stay out of this. I can handle this.
Then can you just stop toying with the poor guy and just take him out already? He's getting out of control because of you. Got it. Standing up straight, I recant my attention to Mitzi and the smoldering ring of fire. I hate to admit, but she's actually right. This whole time I've been toying with him, holding back on my punches, remaining passive instead of aggressive like I usually am. First it was alright, but now he's becoming too reckless and consumed by frustration. If I let this continue any longer, sooner or later someone eventually will get hurt. I need to prevent that, and I know exactly how. Are you done acting like a child? What? The wall dissipates, allowing me to see Mitzi. I said, are you done throwing a temper tantrum like some spoiled 5-year-old bitchy because poor old mom didn't buy his favorite cookies? His ring grows even more intense. I guess not. Listen here, you sack of shit. If I recall correctly, this little fight, or whatever you want to call it, is between us, remember? Or did you forget that in your little self-centered rage fit to prove to everyone how big of a dumbass you really are? Shut up! Oh, so now you want me to shut up when earlier you wanted me to talk myself away? Seems a little hypocritical, don't you think? Hypocritical. I don't know why I keep skipping, lines today. And he growls in response. Let me remind you of something. You're only here now because you wanted to settle a pointless score you thought you needed to fix. When in reality, there wasn't one to begin with. But you devoted yourself to believing in that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only one of me, right? So how about you focus your false, justified anger on me instead of others around you? But I guess that's hard for someone who is as weak-minded as you. Putting your frustration on others because you can't seem to affect the person responsible. It's fucking shallow. Shut up! I don't know how to do that in Papyrus voice. It just further proves my point earlier about how much of a pathetic sack of shit you are. Scumbags like you are the reason why I hate people. I said shut up! Once again, he hurls a fire-molded spear at me, but a lot bigger and faster. I simply take a single side step to avoid it. However, it nearly kills a few other students behind me if they hadn't ducked. That was my chance. I tracked him with lightning speed. He screams in frustration as he summons a storm of firebolts to rain down on me. Shifting direction every step to avoid being hit, I'm almost on top of him. Thankfully, other students use their own abilities to shield themselves from the bombardment. I'm even worrying. Just before I reach Mitzi, he tries to engulf himself in flames in desperation to prevent me from reaching him. Unfortunately, I'm too fast. Reaching his side, I catch a small glimpse of his horrified, frustrated face until I ram my foot through his skull. Sweep kicking him across the side of his head, he hits the floor hard with a hard thump against the skull. On all fours, he attempts to recover his stance. I kicked him in the stomach to prevent that. Seeing an opportunity to neutralize him, I jump on top of him, jamming my knee in his ribs as I grab him by his collar. He uses one of his free hands to counterattack. However, I jab him in a pressure point, rendering his arm completely useless. I do the same thing with the other. How completely powerless against me. I pull his face closer to mine. You disgusting piece of shit. Is this what you wanted? To spar me and accidentally mortally wound me so I won't be able to unconsciously ruin your life? Are you that afraid to accept reality? You don't know a damn thing about me! Slap him across the face. And you don't know a damn thing about me either. You're a worthless human being. That's all I need to know about you. Congratulations. You know that much about me. Using my free hand, I slowly hover it over his blood-ripped face as I channel energy through it. What are you doing? It begins glowing in an ominous red and black-rich light. Now absent of all the rage and frustration, his eyes widen with terror. You deserve far worse than this. Wait!
Orito, that's enough.
I flinch.
Relax, you took care of him, and security is on the way to pick him up. There's no need to deal any more unnecessary damage.
Why not? I mean, he nearly killed people. He nearly killed people multiple times, and that's not including me. Why did I show this bastard any mercy, The light in my hand gets even brighter.
Because it's the right thing to do.
The right thing to do? Don't lecture me about the principles of moral hierarchy. We wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for you, sir. And don't you dare try to blame me. No one is here to blame. Not me, not Mitzi, not society's peer pressure. The only person here to blame is you. The coach shifts uncomfortably before scowling at me. Don't listen to him, coach. The only person to blame is him. None of this would have happened if he would just stop existing. Stepping to Mitzi with a searing glare fueled by overwhelming hatred, he cowers in his grip. In my grip. You have no idea how much I'm restraining myself from superheating every single atom in your body until it melts you from inside out. So I suggest you shut the hell up before I show you exactly why I refuse to use my ability.
Arito, stop! Stay out of this, Sayori. This isn't any of your business. It is our business.
Listen to me, Arito. I don't know what's going on in your head right now, but you need to calm down. I'm perfectly calm. No, you're not. Look at yourself. You're threatening to kill someone. What you perceive from my actions doesn't depict the reality of my motives.
Stop making snap judgments based on what you believe in.
You're threatening to kill someone. That's literally what you just did. Then stop threatening people with words. I know you're more than ready to back up.
Don't tell me what to do. Alright, don't listen to your sister.
And why should I?
Because she's right and you're acting like a total jerk. Stop acting like this and just let him go. Now! Or else. I just don't have the patience for this. Take a deep breath. And sigh for the 100th time today. Alright, fine. Have it your way.
Relaxing, I let go of his collar as his body hits the floor, releasing the energy from my hand. I have some things to say, but you know what? I think I would prefer to leave that for the review portion, only for people who kind of care about that. I can't say the same for them. Relax. Like I really fall so low to even his level. Getting up, I dust off a few charcoal remains of my t-shirt. That would have only knocked him out. No one near putting him in the hospital, let alone hurt him. I'm kind of offended, really.
Oh, I just thought
you thought wrong. You see, when you make a false image of something that people are willing to believe, they tend to avoid you. Like sparking false fear into someone's eyes in order to manipulate them into believing you'll do something you're not even capable of. See what I'm getting at? He doesn't. So if you don't mind, don't you dare put me up against someone like him again. The coach, including the other students around him, started backing away from me. Arito! Like I said, today has been a real pain. Walking away, a few students shift together to form an opening for me to pass through. I can hear their whispers. Mitzi might have been a little scary for a while, but he was nowhere near as scary as Arito was. Yeah, no kidding. I really thought I was going to kill him. Shh, he might get there. He's right there. Tsk. Didn't I obviously state that all it would have done to him was knock him unconscious? I really thought he was going to kill him. Yeah, but it won't change the fact that they thought you were going to kill him. You threatened to kill him, and you said later on, oh, it's just going to hurt him, kind of. Knock him unconscious. I mean, if they don't know your powers, they're going to probably just believe you. The light show that followed was nothing but my power activating. I can't help it. But no matter how much I will try to explain, they won't even consider listening to me. And if I'm honest, if this is how you're constantly acting, then I wouldn't want to either. I can honestly put up with a lot of things,
But honestly, I can't get behind. Like, I can enjoy, like, imperfect protagonists or don't get smarted. I also like evil, not necessarily protagonists, even just antagonists. I can like absolutely abhorrent characters. But it's just I don't even find much joy. Like, one of the reasons I kind of took interest in Fruit of the Literature Club, but I heard a lot of things about the MC where I was like, I'm just constantly going to be annoyed. And honestly, it's kind of happening for me right now, too. If I can survive this, maybe I can survive Fruits of the Literature Club and play it at least. I mean, we'll see how it's going to end up. Maybe I'll have some character development and see that, quite frankly, a lot of this is happening because he's genuinely just a jerk. And he's only being, like, giving his righteousness to make him kind of appealing. Like, he's only right because the story wants him to be. Because, frankly, people like him, like Arito in this situation, usually don't even have that many right assumptions on people either. They never have. I do wonder, maybe there was a time where it was necessary to be listened to and he wasn't just being like threatening someone with something and was then upset that people believed in his threats, which they had any reason to believe given the situation. But if it always was just like this, then I can understand why they don't really care listening, because the fact is you threatened someone. Doesn't change the fact that it was a false threat. So there's no use in trying. Whatever, they only believe what they want to believe. And the problem is he's kind of doing the same thing, and I want to see if this is going to change throughout the story, or if the story is just going to keep being like, oh my god, he's so right. He's so right and smart and everything, because it's just, I do wonder how, but it's just, I currently can't enjoy him as a character. I think I'm not overall into the story yet either. I am just curious to see what's going to happen when Yuri comes into the picture. But I do wonder, Fruits of the Literature Club, if I can handle this, if I can handle the other protagonists too. Because I'm pretty sure Fruit of the Literature Club has like routes, so at least maybe that will make me a bit more interested in the story, because currently the problem is, by all means that I kind of like this, I like this aspect of it a lot, it's very unique and kind of fun, but like honestly the story itself is like not doing much for me. Typical. It won't be long until I hear rumors about how he's going to kill Mitzi all day tomorrow. Because you threatened him. And even, like, I also don't see why they would have any reason to believe that you were just going to knock him unconscious. I mean, Mitzi also lied about just wanting to harm you instead of killing you. And you said, oh, he's going to kill me. Of course, it's going to end up going to turn into this as well, after you threatened to kill someone. And Monica wonders why my mood has been getting worse. Because the problem is, when Mitzi or Papyrus started speaking, it's like he was talking about, I don't view myself as superior. But the problem is, he constantly talks whenever he's like speaking, or even like in his thoughts. It seems like he genuinely views himself as quite the superior person. So, it's no surprise that people are going to believe that he thinks of himself as the superior person, because he's acting like it. And the question is, what came first? Like, what happened that made him think so negatively? It seems there was some type of event, given the, entry. Given the entry with, like,
But they're like, hasn't always been like this. From there, had something happen that made him change. That's pretty bad. Like, it depends a lot on what this thing is and how the reaction of other people were, because otherwise he's also just taking it out on others with being a jerk. By all means, why that I would support his recovery. It's not going to change that I can see why other people would be like, no, fuck this shit. I'm not going to stick around someone who's threatening to kill people and constantly acts like they are superior, because he is giving off that vibe, and even in his thoughts he's giving off that vibe. So he isn't really in a position to say, like, I don't think I'm superior. Hey, we need to talk. Speak of the devil. It's about Monica. Now is not the greatest time to hear the sound of your voice. Huh? But, Monica, now's your turn to listen to me. Back off now. She does exactly that. Can we at least talk about... I don't care, just... Not right now. Leaving her, I grab another staff that hasn't been torched from the ground and begin opening a big margin between me and everyone else. Arito? Are you okay? Arito? Leave me alone, Sayori. I just need to be alone right now, so just go. Her posture shrinks in bitterness. Okay. I'll talk to you later at the club, I guess. I don't mind, like, pushing away. I think that's like a very common... That's a very common response. And honestly, I don't think I would mind him as much as a character if it wasn't just trying to put him in a light of like he's right in everything. The problem is we're still in like his point of view. And I do think they were saying that like Monica was correct there, but it was kind of undermined, like the fact that Monica and Sayori were right, by the fact that I was like, I wasn't actually going to do it, so everyone's just making assumptions. Rightful assumptions, because you're threatening someone. Well, not rightful assumptions, but justified assumptions. There you go. Because it wasn't right, but it was justified. So I wouldn't mind it if it, like, we're still in this point of view, so I still need to wait, and I also need to wait longer to see how the story develops. Because as it is right now, it's just like, he's right in everything he does. And if he's a jerk, then he has like a good reason to be a jerk. Because he's just right that everyone else just shit and just doesn't understand him. Like, why do they make assumptions when he's saying he's going to kill someone? Why do they think he's going to kill someone? I think that might just be currently the problem of it being the point of view. So, let's see. If you'll ever be there. Oh, I think something might have been added. And not documents. Notes, maybe? Nope. It was just some... So I'm disappointed she leaves me be. Damn it. It almost happened again.